Is this what you call mucking out? Well, go on, get on with it. Go on!
Lazy as pigs in muck.
Well, I don't like it.
The kitchen? I think it looks much brighter.
No, not that. I mean, I don't want any Germans here. We'll all be murdered in our beds.
Most of the farms in the county have got prisoners of war. Have you heard of any murders?
They keep that kind of thing out of the papers.
Anyway, they go back to their camps at night.
Yes, I've seen them going through the village. They look like animals.
Well, Mary, we need more men.
Well, we can do without them.
Well, have you got any better suggestions? Thank you. Oh, what's happened now? Don't you? If you walk down the stairs, you wouldn't have accidents.
I'm a wounded soldier like Uncle Dick.
I didn't know Uncle Dick was wounded.
When's he going to come and see me?
I don't know.
He'll be away fighting the war.
No, he's not. He's at the Red Lion. He don't wear his uniform no more. You tell him to come and see me.
Yes, sir. I'll see what I can do. Now, wounded soldiers need plenty of rest. Shall I take you upstairs?
I don't need no help.
Tizzy? What on earth do you think you're doing?
Attention! Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
You know, I think it might be a very good idea to have Dick back.
What, to work here?
Now, to take charge.
To take charge? Now, what are people going to say about that, you in your condition?
I really don't care.
Tizzy could have it all wrong. Maybe Dick was wounded, come home on leave, put on his ordinary clothes, went out for a drink.
That's one explanation.
And you don't believe it for 1 minute. You've got your Russell face on.
Have I?
Yes. And it says I've got an idea in my head and nobody's going to stop me following it through.
Really?
Russell faces I can read like a book.
Well, you've had plenty of practice.
Yes. So when are you going to London?
I thought tomorrow.
And what happens if he comes while you're away?
Who?
The German.
Oh, don't worry, he won't. They said they'd give us plenty of warning.
Well, I'm telling you again, I'm having no filthy Germans anywhere near my kitchen.
Very well. We'll lay barbed wire all round it.
Funny old day.
Oh, good afternoon. May I speak to Mrs. Russell, please?
Oh, I'm sorry she's in London today.
Oh, that's a pity. I've got some good news for her.
Well, I can take a message.
Well, she's been inquiring about a prisoner of war, and I'd be pleased if you tell her I've managed to get her one. Why, what's wrong?
You call that good news?
Well, it's what she requested, and not many people have been so lucky.
We'll all be murdered in our beds.
Oh, nonsense. Most of them are jolly decent chaps. Very hard-working, too. You'll not get very far thinking like that, my good woman. Now, listen. Will you please tell Mrs. Russell he'll be dropped off here at the end of the lane tomorrow morning at about 8 o'clock. We'll pick him up at the same place tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock.
Very good.
Which Red Lion one?
You mean there's more than one?
Well, I know of two at least out that way.
Oh, dear. Do you know the brewery?
Ah, yes, only one. That'll be the Falcon.
Can you take me there?
Jump in.
Hello?
Could you wait for me, please?
Morning.
Good morning. I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright? Well, look at you, girl. You found him already. No, go on. He's here. You'll find Joe Wright in the office.
I'm looking for Dick Wright.
Oh, nice. Oi, Bert. Joe ain't got a boy called Dick, has he?
No. Got a Charlie, he's in Belgium.
You don't know him, then?
Why do you think we should know him?
He used to come round here, looking at the horses, with a little boy called Tizzy.
Tizzy? Oh, I remember you. You're Tizzy's auntie.
Yes. You do know him, then?
Yeah, I never knew his name. Fairhead.
Yes. Do you know where he lives?
I've got no idea.
Now, wait a minute. I've seen him about somewhere.
In a pub. The Red Lion.
Might have been. Yes. He used to wait on in the pub. You know, he used to open the cellar up for us.
Yeah, that's him.
Do you know which Red Lion?
Oh, now you got me, love.
Yeah, but we only delivered to 3 Red Lions.
Yeah, that's true. And we did the one in Middleton Street yesterday, and he certainly wasn't there.
Then I've only got 2 to visit. Thank you.
No one's ever in there, Mum.
Let's try the other one.
Very good, Mum.
Wait a minute. I'm coming in with you this time. Buy me a drink.
Yeah, very much.
Hello, Dick.
Hello, Mum.
I'll just have a drink in public.
Could I have a drink, please?
Yes, of course. There, Mum.
Christina. Not Mom, Christina.
Sorry, old habits.
Should have died a long time ago.
Yeah. Excuse me.
You don't look very well.
Should have seen me a year ago. Walking skeleton I was. TB. But they caught it in time. Thanks to the Germans, you could say.
Thanks to the Germans.
Well, if it hadn't been for a piece of German shell, I'd never have gone to hospital. And if I hadn't have gone to hospital, they'd never have found out that I had TB.
When did all this happen?
July the 25th, 1916. Assault on Poznier. Little village in France. Big bang. And lots of lovely peace and quiet.
Sounds awful.
Not awful in the least. Best thing that ever happened.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm here. And I'm alive. You see, miss, there's an awful lot of people over here who think it's a wonderful, glorious thing, this war. I'll tell you how glorious it is. You go over the top. 100 of you all together. 5 minutes later, there's 6 of you left. And what for? I don't know. No one knows.
You could forget all that. Come back to Flambards. Build yourself a new life.
No, miss, no. That's not for me. I'm not fit.
I'm not asking you to do heavy work. I'm asking you to take charge.
That's yesterday's world. I'm finished with it.
So am I. I'm not talking about servants and masters.
Aren't you?
There's been a lot of changes at Flambards. I'm running it as a farm now. A proper farm. We're going into production, Dick.
I can see that. When?
I didn't mean that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Next month. That'll put me out of my stride for a bit. I need you to help me, Dick.
Well, I can't.
And what about Tizzy? Are you angry I took him away?
No. I was angry with his mother at the time. Very angry. Is he happy?
Very happy. I thought he'd be homesick, but he loves Flambards.
Yeah, I miss him.
Misses you.
He's a rascal, isn't he? It takes some handling.
That's another reason I need you, Dick.
That's blackmail.
I know, I'm sorry. It's not fair.
That's your world, Mom, not mine.
Well, at least I tried. Perhaps when you're better, you'll change your mind.
Perhaps. Usual.
Well, just as I thought. Your little fellow's turned round.
Already?
Oh, it's not early. Generally happens about this time.
I think he used his elbows to turn himself round.
Your blood pressure's high, though.
Is that serious?
Not unless it gets worse. Only a fraction. Probably due to all the gallivanting round London you did today.
I was sitting all the time in trains and cabs.
And you didn't happen to slip into a shop or two?
I had some time on hand before the train back, and I bought some things for the baby.
Aha!
Oh, Dr. Porter, you don't expect me to lie in bed all day doing nothing.
Far from it, my dear. But you can whistle without blowing your teeth out.
Pardon?
One of my grandfather's expressions. Take it easy. That's the answer.
Well, I never could whistle.
Feminine logic. Any conclusions yet about names?
No, not really.
No problem if it's a boy, I expect.
No, that's easy.
William.
Of course.
Aunts like having little girls named after them.
Oh, yes. Aunt Grace and Aunt Maggie. I should have to recall both names. And then would it be Margaret Grace or Grace Margaret or something?
There's always the feminine version of William, Wilhelmina.
I know, I thought about that. Somehow Wilhelmina seems too German.
Yes, I suppose it does. Never mind. You'll settle on something soon enough, I expect. Have you noticed your ankles swelling at all?
No? Oh, they won't, will they?
Some women's do.
Oh, dear.
It's the fluid, you know.
I've seen them. It looks awful.
They get very upset about it sometimes, the ladies. Good night.
Dr. Porter!
Yes?
How can I avoid it?
Very simple, my dear. Keep your feet up occasionally. Good night.
Good night. Portley had soon been comforted by the promise of a treat, a jaunt on the river in Mr. Rat's real boat, and the two animals conducted... Tizzy, are you listening?
Yes?
How can you listen and play with your soldiers?
I just can. Haven't you got a story about soldiers?
No,
Or zeppelins?
I don't think Emdy's written any yet.
Then you can.
I'm not clever enough. Come on, time for bed.
Just one more story first.
We'll see when you're tapped up. Put your soldiers away.
Thank you. All right. Sorry, Tizzy, I can't.
You're too fat.
Like a hippopotamus.
Are we getting a German?
Yes.
I'm going to shoot him.
You better not.
Does he drive a Zeppelin?
I don't know. You have to ask him. Who told you he was coming?
Stanley and Abby say they're going to kill him with a pitchfork.
Oh, do they?
Where am I going to get my pony?
As soon as I find one for sale.
I rather like a white one.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Close your eyes. Now go to sleep. Good night.
I really am going to shoot that German for worms in Uncle Dick.
Shh. Go to sleep.
Mary, please stop looking at the clock.
Why can't I play with the ones upstairs?
Because they break too easily and they don't even fly. Now, this'll fly. This will fly like a bird. Go and try it. There's nothing to be frightened of. I'm not so sure about that.
Look, Stanley and Abby. Look at my FE5.
What's the name of that plane then?
FE5.
You mind where it goes?
Oh, das war eine Überraschung, Kleiner, wie?
Good morning.
Guten Morgen, gnädige Frau. Feldwebel Schäse.
Welcome to Flambards.
Es tut mir leid, ich verstehe kein Englisch.
Oh dear. Don't you speak any English at all? Oh, Lord. Fowler will just have to show you what to do. Fowler? Harry? Stanley?
Ask him up, because he go and ask him. Zeppelin. If he tries a Zeppelin.
Shh, later, Dizzy. I want you all to meet our prisoner of war. Now, he's come here to work, so if any of you want to fight, I suggest you go and join the army. Take yourselves off to France. All right. We'll carry on mending the fence in the south field. He looks as though he could swing a sledgehammer.
I ain't giving him a sledgy. He smashed my skull in.
Fowler, there will be no war at Flambards.
You, Fritz. Come on. Come on.
Zeppelin, Zeppelin.
Was sagt der Kleine? Zeppelin?
He wants to know if you drive a Zeppelin.
Ich? Nein. Wie erkläre ich das? Guck mal her. Ich? Ich schäle Kartoffeln, ja?
He peels potatoes. He works in the cookhouse.
No.
Here. Put that in the bag. Right. Spare time. Thanks, Tilly.
But I don't see any injuries to your head, Fowler.
He's just abiding his time.
Come in. Ah, Fowler.
You sent for me, miss?
Amy Masters came to see me today. She asked me if I was interested in buying some cows.
Oh, you said no, I suppose.
Why should I?
Well, because we never had cows at Flambards. Don't know nothing about them.
Neither do I, but I'm willing to learn.
But I ain't a cowman. I'm a groom.
Well, it's no good looking like that. I've bought them.
You've what? But I can't even milk one.
Well, it can't be all that difficult. Where are the others?
Well, they're in the kitchen having tea.
Is our prisoner with them?
Fritz? Must have sneaked in when Mary wasn't looking.
Maybe he can milk cows.
Pass gut auf, ja? Nein. Nochmal. Na, siehst du.
Fritz! Hey, Fritz, can you milk a cow?
Wie, bitte?
Cow. Can you milk one?
No, wait a minute, Fowler. That won't do. Cow! Woo! Can you milk cows?
Ich melken. Ja.
Well, I said he could. I think we've been very lucky.
Auntie Chrissy, the soldier can do tricks.
Oh, that's what you've been doing.
Yes, with a pebble. You show them, Fritz.
Why is everyone calling him Fritz? Is that your name? Fritz? Your name? Hans? Wolfgang?
So, nein. Ich heiße Wilhelm. Wilhelm, ja.
Wilhelm?
William. That's a good name. Well, there they are, Fowler. Start of our herd.
Cows at Flambards.
You know, I'm sure that man's a farmer.
Well, he can drive a cow.
Ah, Daisy, hast du gut gemacht. Hey, du. So, bitteschön.
Put it on the top.
Hey, Fritz. Here, like some grub?
Dankeschön.
I wonder if he's got a farm of his own. We'll help.
Ja?
Do you have a farm?
Eine Farm?
A farm?
Ob ich eine Farm habe?
Yes, it's the same word.
Nein, nein, ich bin nur kleiner Pächter. Passen Sie mal auf. Eine Farm ist groß, ja? Und meine Farm ist ganz, ganz klein. Moment bitte, ja? Schauen Sie diesmal an, ja?
Oh, this is your family.
Ja,
These are all your children.
5. Ja, das ist mein Bruder.
Harry, you seen my tobacco?
Me? No. Don't know anything about it.
Der älteste Sohn, der da, der ist gefallen.
Da? You mean he's dead?
That filthy hand! He's taken it!
Mrs. Russell, man. He's pinched my tobacco.
You stay where you are.
Harry!
Put that down, you daft apeth.
I'm sure he's got it, Mrs. Russell.
What are you doing to him?
What's this, then?
Gnädige Frau, das ist ganz unmöglich. Ich habe die Dose einfach nicht geklaut.
Beweisen Sie das.
Dick! Dick, old boy, how are you?
Also?
Gott sei Dank. Endlich jemand, der Deutsch kann.
Wie können Sie das beweisen?
Na, erstens rauche ich nicht. Und zweitens, wenn ich die Dose geklaut hätte, dann hätte ich die anderswo in der Tasche versteckt. Außerdem wollen die beiden... Ach, die plagen mich restlos.
Ach so. Well, Mum, I don't think he pinched him. Apart from the fact that he says he doesn't smoke, he says that even if he had pinched him, his uniform pocket would be the last place he'd have hidden them.
Well, that don't sound as daft as you two.
You ain't gonna believe him, are you?
Well, I'd sooner believe him than you couple of lazy good-for-nothing... Sorry, miss.
I think you two had better keep quiet after what he's been telling me about you.
Right, well, come on, get back to work. Use that fork for something useful. Unload those sacks.
Liebe Zeit, wenn Sie nicht da gewesen wären.
Tja, Sie haben Glück gehabt.
Und wie?
Well, Mrs. Russell, how do you think I'm getting on in my new job?
What made you change your mind?
Well, the doctor at the hospital said that what I needed was exercise, fresh air, and good food. Did I think I could get a job on a farm?
Where did you learn to speak German?
In hospital. All the orderlies were German prisoners. I was there for nearly a year, so I picked it up quite quickly.
Uncle Dick, I've got a pony.
Have you now? Are you all right?
I think he's wearing spurs.
Will you come and see my pony?
No, you go and get him ready while I drink my tea. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes, of course.
Uncle Dick, you won't go away, will you?
No, Tizzy, I'm here to stay. I'm going to go and live up at the old farmhouse. As long as your Auntie Chrissy will have me.
Good, don't be long.
He gets very confused. Yesterday he asked me if Fowler was my husband. I don't see why we have to go in the trap. It's no distance at all.
There's no sense in tiring yourself out.
Mary can walk there, so can I.
Ah, but you'll get swollen ankles.
Hello, Mary.
It's not as big a mess as I expected, Mum.
No, I'm quite surprised.
There's not much wrong with the roof as far as I can see.
It's the windows being so filthy. Makes it look worse from the outside.
There's some bright curtains. It would look quite cosy.
Yeah.
Needs painting, though, inside and out.
Oh, well, I can do that.
I don't want you doing too much.
Oh, painting's no bother. It'll be a while before I can do the really heavy jobs, of course, though, Ma'am.
There is a condition attached to this job, though.
Yes?
You have to call me Christina, not Mum.
Is that what you say, Mary?
Yes, I do. Christina, Mum.
I wonder what Tizzy's up to.
I'm probably wandering around the farm buildings.
Oh, and another thing. I can't have you eating down here all on your own, so I think you should come up to Flambards for supper in the evening.
Thank you, Mum. I'm not much of a hand at cooking.
What are we cleaning up this place for? If he's going to be up there all the time?
Well, I'll settle for this then, Mum.
Christina, not Mum. You're in charge now.
Sorry, Christina.
Uncle Dick! Uncle Dick!
Yes, Tizzy?
Come with me and see the barn!
All right, Tizzy. Did you say I was in charge?
Uncle Dick, come on!
Come in, Tizzy.
Okay, Dick?
Okay.
Right, let's
Good
go.
lad.
Dieses ganze Feld 2 bis 3 Tage. Länger nicht. Soll ich den Jungs das Pflügen beibringen?
Ja. He said he's going to teach Harry how to harrow and let him harrow the field. It's all right.
Der hat ganz schnell gelernt, ja?
Ist ein ganz guter Junge. Ach, nein, um Gottes Willen. Mit der rechten Hand. Ganz hoch. Ja? So ist richtig. Gut, gut. Hast du gut gemacht. Nun also, los. Den hier. So ganz einfach. Schieber, Schieber, Schieber. Und ganz einfach. Siehst du. Noch wieder. Schieber, Schieber.
Got through some work today, eh, Dick?
Yeah, not half.
Hey, watch it, Tizzy. You'll have it all over the floor. Stay there, you little rascal. I'll paint your nose.
Idiot!
Come here.
Did you tell Uncle Dickie supper was nearly
I
ready?
forgot.
Forgot? Go on, gallop up to the house and get ready for bed.
Uncle Dick, can you come up and tell me a story?
Yes, Tizzy, I'll come up and tell you a story.
Come on. Pick these on the way over. I thought they might brighten the place up. I'm not very happy with it yet.
Oh, it's all right for me.
No, it's too Spartan.
Oh, I don't mind.
I'll have some furniture sent down from the house.
Doesn't matter, you know. I'm really quite happy.
Dick, you can't live like this.
Why not?
Well, because you run Flambards now. You're as good as any other farmer in the district. Thornton, Lucas, Masters.
They're landowners. I bet they don't think of me like that.
Well, I just have to learn.
Oh, yeah. Maybe in 100 years or so.
No, not in 100 years or so. Now. Even if it means I have to drag them into the 20th century.
You're beginning to sound like one of those suffragettes.
Well, maybe that's not a bad thing. They know how to speak up for themselves.
May I speak? I've been meaning to say ever since you mentioned Lucas's name that I met him this morning.
Oh, did you? What did he say?
Well, he said that he was going to send you an invitation for sherry on Sunday morning.
Oh, did he? And he didn't invite you?
I didn't expect him to.
Didn't you?
No, of course not.
Some more apple pie?
Oh, no, thank you. I've had quite enough.
Now, the doctors have plenty of good food.
You're trying to turn me into a big fat farmer.
No, I'm not. Well, you've been working hard.
And I've eaten well. This room must be full of memories for you.
Yes. Yes, it is. I've changed it about a bit.
Of course, in the old days, I was never allowed in here. I wasn't even allowed in the house. Except when Mr. Russell wanted to tell me off. And of course, when I got the sack.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, it doesn't matter anymore, does it? Anti-aircraft guns.
Yes. They're bombing London again. You can always hear it when the wind comes in this direction. Sometimes you can see Gothas and BE-12s. I lived and breathed aeroplanes with William.
Gehst in Ordnung, ja?
Jawohl! Oh!
I'm surprised you get on so well with Wilhelm.
Think that being in the war would make me hate Germans?
Lots of people do.
People at home do. Those who haven't done any fighting.
You mean like Fowler and Mary?
She probably believes Germans eat babies.
What?
It's the sort of thing that's being put about. I've heard people say it.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But people believe it.
Oh, it's made a big difference having Dick back. Don't you think so, Mary? Now, that didn't sound very enthusiastic.
Made a difference to the work?
What is going on in that head of yours?
Nothing.
Oh, yes, there is. Might as well tell me. I'll find out sooner or later.
Well,
what?
Well, it's not proper.
What's not proper?
The way you treat him.
Oh, you mean like an equal?
You in your condition.
Mary, Dick is my equal. And it's got absolutely nothing to do with my condition. Oh, I wish it was all over. It makes me feel so tired all the time.
Well, it's not proper. And I think you should stay away from him, too.
Oh, Wilhelm.
You in your condition.
I forgot. Germans eat babies.
Oh.
I wondered what it was.
What?
'Tis his fingers.
Fingers?
They've been disappearing. It must be Wilhelm. He's eating them for breakfast.
Whoa. No, I'm going back.
No, you're not.
I don't know why I agreed in the first place.
Because I'm very persuasive.
Yeah, not half. But I've changed my mind.
And I'll just have to change it back again. Come on, walk on.
Why didn't I just drop you there and wait?
Because that's not being radical. That's one of William's words. And it means you've got to challenge things.
I don't want to challenge anything.
Spoken like a servant.
I'm not a
Well,
servant.
you certainly want to behave like one.
No, I don't. I just don't want to behave like them.
Nobody's asking you to.
Christina, I'm not like them anyway.
No, you're better. Because you're not afraid to get your hands dirty.
Stand. Ooh, stand. Careful where you put your feet.
I haven't seen them for ages. Now, they've seen both of us, Dick. So if you don't come in now, you're a servant. And you always will be.
So glad you could come, Christina.
Good morning.
Good morning. Dick, take the trap on the back, will you? There's a good chap.
Since Mr. Wright and I can only stay a few moments, we wondered if we could leave it there.
No, yes, that'll be all right. I thought, yes, may Lewis take your coat?
Yes, of course. Hello, Mrs. Lucas.
Christina, how nice to see you. Oh, Dick, would you go through to the kitchen?
Lewis, serve the drinks. Make yourself comfortable, my dear.
Mr. and Mrs. Thornton, you know Mr. Wright?
Yes, I remember him very well.
You're looking very well, my dear.
I feel very well.
We've got a mare in foal at the...
How are things going along at Flambards?
Oh, very well, considering. We didn't have much of a harvest this year. But it's made a big difference having Mr. Wright to help us.
You didn't join our boys at the front, Mr. Wright.
I was invalided out, Mrs. Lucas.
Mr. Wright was injured by a German shell in France.
I'm sorry to hear that. Not too badly, I hope.
Badly enough to prevent him from going back, Mrs. Lucas.
You've got yourself a German prisoner, I hear.
Yes.
Is he as useless as our two?
No, he's really quite good.
The one I've got is a disaster. From what I can make out, he's an optician by trade, and he doesn't know one end of a beast from the other.
Now, you'll never believe this, but I found one of mine putting a horse collar on a bullock. Can you imagine?
I believe they use bullocks instead of horses for some farm work in Germany, Mr. Lucas.
Do they? Oh. Well, that might explain it. Damn funny, these Huns.
Down in the village, they say the Germans eat babies.
Don't be so ridiculous, woman.
But I've heard that too.
It's all propaganda, my dear.
Beg your pardon?
Stories they put about to make us feel we're all fighting monsters.
Oh, well, I still don't like them.
I was expected to. I'd be glad if I could just get a little bit of work out of mine.
Well, they're jolly cheap, I must say. Well, what's the point if they won't work? I mean, my second one's a big, strong chap, but he refuses to understand what's wanted of him.
Yeah, they're rather clever at that. How do you manage, Christina?
Very well.
You can get through to him?
Yes, of course.
You mean with sign language or something?
No, that's not necessary.
Don't say that you've got one that speaks English.
No.
Then how do you manage?
I've been very lucky. I think Mr. Wright's the only farmer in the county who speaks fluent German.
Guten Tag, gnädige Frau.
Ah!
Das Baby kommt, ja? Also ganz, ganz langsam. Langsam. So, ich bringe Sie ins Haus. So ist richtig. Gut. Dick! Hey! Dick! Lass bitte den Arzt holen, ja? Baby kommt. Baby kommt.
What? Mary!
Mary's in the village.
Oh, Lord. Come on, let's get you upstairs.
Get down the village, Mary's the doctor's down. He can't get hold of
Fritz, come on, get hold of that shaft there. Keep it steady now. Right, bring the hole down.
Here you go, look.
Oh!
Well, sit down. Can you get yourself into bed, all right? Good. Don't worry. Mary will be back soon. Now, I'll be downstairs if you want me. All right? Good girl.
Na, Junge, du brauchst keine Angst zu haben. Das wird gut gehen, ganz bestimmt.
Well, we found these old sheets upstairs. I suppose they'll be...
It's on its way. I'm coming!
It's the baby. It's on its way.
Ist es soweit?
Ja.
Hol das Zeug von unten.
Du machst das?
Ich weiß Bescheid.
Wilhelm says he knows what to do. Wilhelm!
Bitte! Geh schon!
We didn't know what you were worrying about. He's delivered them before.
Twice, he says, when they were snowed under and the doctor couldn't get through.
Well, then. I ain't worried.
Keine Angst, keine Angst.
Help me.
Keine Angst, Mrs. Russell. Keine Angst. Don't worry.
There's complications sometimes.
I don't know what you're making all the fuss about. Horses manage all the time.
I hope you're right.
Of course I am. There's Mary. How he was. She ain't got the doctor with her.
I had trouble getting Dr. Porter, but he'll be here in a minute. Now, how is she?
I think you might be too late.
What?
Well, the baby's starting to come.
Oh, saints preservers. What's happening?
Well, Fitz is midwifing.
He's what?
Don't worry about it. Hayes delivered them before.
Mad!
So. Bitte.
Christina. We're all right. We're all right. Oh, was it? Oh, he's a very good midwife. Oh. Aren't you going to ask me? Hmm? It's a girl. Oh. Oh.
She's a spitting image of her mother. Well, that's darn good midwifing. You tell him that, tell him.
Sagt, du hast das gut gemacht.
Ja.
Ach so. Danke. In Deutschland sagt man, dass die Engländer Babys ersticken.
He says it in Germany. People say that the English suffocate babies.
The things people say.